All right, so get ready to dive into something pretty amazing. We're talking about a tomb. A tomb so huge, so unbelievably massive and intricate that its name actually became the word we use for all grand tombs.
You got it. We're talking about the Mausoleum at Halicarnassus, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world.
One of those wonders you hear about, but maybe don't really know the details.
Exactly. It really captures the imagination, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So let's set the stage. We're in the 4th century BC in Halicarnassus. It's the capital of a kingdom, present-day Turkey.
Right. And this kingdom was ruled by Mausolus. When Mausolus died, his wife Artemisia decided to build him a tomb.
A tomb that would, shall we say, outdo the pyramids.
That's one way to put it, but there's a twist.
Oh, I love twists.
Well, Mausolus, even though he was a local ruler, was really into Greek culture.
Okay, so how does that play into the tomb?
It's actually key to understanding why the mausoleum is so unique. Mausolus didn't just want a big tomb, he wanted to blend the best of his own Catarian heritage.
With the architectural and artistic trends of Greece.
Exactly. It was like a cultural statement, showing his kingdom's identity in a world full of big, powerful empires.
So to pull this off, he brought in the best Greek architects.
Oh, absolutely. The rock stars of the ancient world, we're talking about Scopas, Bryaxis, Leochares, and Timotheus.
Those names don't exactly roll off the tongue, but I'm guessing they were kind of a big deal.
Each one of them was a master sculptor, known for their incredible skill and unique styles.
And get this, Scopas also worked on the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Another wonder of the world.
It's true. Imagine being in Halicarnassus while they were building this thing, a 45-meter-high monument.
It's almost 150 feet.
Yep. Rising up on a hill overlooking the city. It would have been incredible.
It would have been totally mind-blowing. Back then, people had never seen anything like that.
Absolutely. The sheer scale of it, built entirely with stone.
Wow.
Yeah, it would have been awe-inspiring. But it wasn't just about size, though. There was so much more to it.
All right, we've got the multi-level design, that enclosed courtyard with a stone platform. What else made it so special?
Well, think about this. Statues of gods and goddesses lining the stairway.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Stone lions guarding the entrance. And then there are these incredible bas-reliefs.
Bas-reliefs.
Those carvings on the walls. But they weren't just decorations. They were stories told in stone.
Oh, wow.
Depicting scenes from Greek myths, battles, and even everyday life.
Everyday life. I thought most tombs focused on, like, the afterlife or the gods.
You're right. That's actually what makes the mausoleum so groundbreaking. It's one of the first examples of a big tomb that celebrates both the divine and the human, the earthly realm along with the celestial.
That's so interesting. So we have this amazing blend of art and architecture, but how did it all actually come together? I need you to paint me a picture. What did it actually look like?
Okay, so imagine a huge rectangular base, right? The lower level is covered with those super detailed bas-reliefs.
Wait, keep going.
Then, rising above that, you have a colonnade of 36 thin columns, each one with statues flanking it. And to top it all off, not a dome or a spire, but a massive pyramid-shaped roof.
A pyramid?
Yep. And right at the top, a quadriga, a 4-horse chariot with statues of Mausolus and Artemisia inside, larger than life.
Wow, they really went all out. Talk about making a statement. It's like they were saying, we're not just ruling, we're conquering death itself.
It is a pretty powerful image, isn't it? But remember, it was Artemisia who commissioned the whole thing. It was her love for Mausolus that really drove the project.
Yeah, it sounds like she was pretty determined to create something worthy of his memory. So how long did it take to build all of this?
Well, it's thought to have taken about 12 years.
12 years, that's a long time. But I guess back then, without modern construction, that's pretty impressive, right?
It is remarkably fast considering the scale and complexity. And she spared no expense, using the finest materials and craftsmen from all over the region.
A true testament to her love and dedication. So this masterpiece stood tall for centuries, right?
Yeah, it did. For almost 16 centuries, in fact. Just think about that. It survived Alexander the Great's conquest, pirate attacks, and countless storms. But nothing lasts forever, right?
Sadly, no. So what finally brought down this wonder of the world?
It was a series of earthquakes, probably in the 14th or 15th century. That's what led to its collapse. And by the time the Knights of St. John arrived in the 15th century, it was pretty much in ruins.
The Knights of St. John. What do they have to do with the mausoleum?
Oh, they actually played a huge role in its rediscovery. They were a powerful military order, and they used stones from the ruined mausoleum to build their castle at Bodrum. Can you believe that? Parts of one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world ended up in a medieval fortress.
It's like recycling on an epic scale.
Yeah.
So pieces of the mausoleum were literally hidden in plain sight for centuries. I can't wait to hear more about what the Knights discovered and how the mausoleum was rediscovered.
It is, yeah. Hidden right there. And that's not all. The Knights actually found a big chamber inside the base of the monument, probably the burial chamber, but it was already empty, looted a long time ago.
Oh, it's too bad. All that history lost.
It is a shame. It happens a lot with ancient sites, people looking for treasure.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to resist sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately. But at least we still have those stones in Bodrum Castle, right?
True. And speaking of history, I bet there were other people, besides the Knights, who were fascinated by the mausoleum.
Oh, absolutely. In the 19th century, we had a British archaeologist, Charles Thomas Newton. He was obsessed with the ancient world.
Especially those seven wonders.
Exactly. And he really wanted to unlock the secrets of the mausoleum.
This guy sounds like a real-life Indiana Jones. What did he do?
Well, he did his homework, studied all the ancient texts, looking for clues about where the mausoleum was, what it looked like, all the details.
So he was a real detective.
He was. And get this, he even bought land around the area where he thought the tomb was.
Wow, he was really committed.
Oh, yeah. And then he started digging tunnels, excavating the site, really systematically.
Talk about going the extra mile.
Huh.
So what did he find? Was it all worth it?
It was. He hit the jackpot. His excavations uncovered the foundations of the mausoleum, confirming its location and how big it actually was. And wait, there's more. He found tons of fragments of those bas reliefs.
No way. That's incredible.
It is. Pieces of the chariot wheel from the roof.
Wow.
And, get this, the statues of Mausolus and Artemisia.
He found the actual statues. That's amazing.
It was a huge discovery. The statues were a little damaged, but they gave us our first real look at what Mausolus and Artemisia actually looked like. We could finally put faces to the names.
I bet that was an incredible feeling, seeing those statues emerge after all those centuries. But where are they now? Are they still in Halicarnassus?
Well, no, actually. A lot of the artifacts, including the statues, were taken to the British Museum in London. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I bet it would be amazing to see them back in their original location. But I guess at least they're being preserved and studied.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it.
Yeah.
And they've actually given us a ton of information about how the mausoleum was built, the artistic techniques they used, and the cultural influences.
It's amazing how much we can learn from these ancient objects.
It is. But even with all these discoveries, there's still a lot we don't know.
Really? What kind of mysteries are we still trying to solve?
Well, we're not exactly sure about the layout of the interior.
Like the burial chamber itself?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have any detailed descriptions of it, and since it was looted so long ago, who knows what was originally inside?
So there could be hidden chambers, secret passages.
It's definitely possible. That's what makes studying the ancient world so exciting. There's always something new to discover, more pieces of the puzzle to find. Absolutely. And speaking of puzzles, we talked before about how the mausoleum had this theme of the earthly and the divine. Were there any specific symbols or design choices that really emphasized that idea?
That's a great question. Take the bas reliefs, for example. They didn't just choose random scenes, They were carefully selected to reflect Mausolus's life and what he wanted to achieve, like the Amazonomachy.
Oh, yeah. The battle between the Greeks and the Amazons, lots of warrior women, right?
Right. And in the context of the mausoleum, it probably symbolizes Mausolus's military power and his desire to expand his kingdom, just like the Greek heroes of old. It's a way of connecting him to those classic stories.
So it's more than just a cool battle scene. It's a statement about how Mausolus wanted to be remembered.
You got it. And there are other examples, too, like the lions guarding the stairway.
The lions?
Yeah, they represent strength, power, and protection. Having them at the mausoleum reinforces the idea that Mausolus was a strong ruler, even in death, and maybe that he's still watching over his kingdom.
It's like they were creating a visual biography, using symbols and storytelling in every little detail.
Exactly. And if you think about the historical context, it makes perfect sense. Mausolus was a relatively new ruler, so he wanted to solidify his power, make his dynasty seem legitimate. The mausoleum was like a big, grand statement.
A statement made of marble. But I'm curious, how did the everyday people in Halicarnassus feel about this massive, extravagant tomb? Were they impressed or resentful?
That's a tough question, and historians still debate it. Imagine living in the shadow of this massive monument, always reminding you of your ruler's wealth and power. Some people might have felt proud, while others might have felt angry or even afraid.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about how different people might have viewed it. Some might have seen it as a symbol of greatness, while others might have seen it as a symbol of inequality.
That's right. And we have to remember, the mausoleum wasn't just a static structure. It was a place where things happened. Priests took care of the tomb, there were festivals and processions in the courtyard, maybe even markets and gatherings nearby.
So it was a real part of the city, integrated into daily life.
Exactly. And as we've been discussing, its impact went way beyond Halicarnassus. The whole concept of a mausoleum as this grand tomb became a model for centuries to come.
Wow. So even in its ruined state, the mausoleum's legacy lives on.
Absolutely. It really does. It makes you wonder what other secrets are still out there, buried and waiting to be discovered.
It really does. But I have one more question. Why was the mausoleum considered one of the seven wonders of the ancient world? What made it stand out from all the other incredible buildings back then?
Well, it's not just one thing. It was a few things that made it so special.
Okay, so what were those things? What made it a wonder?
Well, first, you've got the amazing artistry, the incredible skill of the sculptors, the detail in those reliefs, the way the whole structure was designed to tell a story. All of that was totally new for its time.
So it wasn't just about the size, it was about the art, the craftsmanship, right?
Exactly. And then you have the ambition behind it all. Mausolus and Artemisia didn't want just a simple tomb. They wanted something spectacular, something that would make them immortal, something that would just blow people's minds.
And it sounds like they achieved that. They really tapped into that human need to leave a mark on the world.
Absolutely. And the third thing, the mausoleum wasn't just a copycat of other Greek buildings. It took elements from those styles, but blended them into something totally new, something no one had ever seen before.
There was like a fusion of cultures and artistic innovation. No wonder it was considered a wonder.
Yeah, people traveled from all over just to see it. It evoked a sense of awe and wonder, and that's what makes something a true wonder. It's not just about the physical building itself, it's about the emotions it creates, the stories it inspires.
And that's what's so cool about history. Even though the mausoleum is in ruins now, its story still fascinates us thousands of years later. It makes you think about what other secrets are still out there waiting to be found.
Oh yeah, there are definitely more stories and treasures waiting to be uncovered. But for now, we can appreciate what we do know about the mausoleum. It reminds us of what humans are capable of creating and the enduring power of the past.
Well said. This deep dive has been amazing. I feel like I've learned so much and gained a whole new respect for the mausoleum and the people who created it.
It's been a pleasure talking about it. And who knows, maybe someday we'll find some of those missing pieces and add even more to this incredible story.
I hope so. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this journey back to Halicarnassus. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never lose that sense of wonder. Until next time.